What's up guys, Erroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video, it's going to be all about this new fusion, and that is ANKORA, White Queen ANKORA. So we will be popping shards in today's video. I'm going to be going over what you should be doing in terms of the events and things like that are going on in the first portion or iteration of this fusion. So let's get into it. All right, so in terms of events, we got events and tournaments going on right now. So events, we do have Dungeon Divers and Summon Rush, and always you know that it's going to be part of the fusion when it has the fusion picture on there, their avatar, their face, their character. So Summon Rush is going on now. Dungeon Divers is also going on now, which is double dipping with other events or dungeons. So yeah, so you got Dungeon Divers, and up here in tournaments, it's dipping in with Fire Knight. So you're going to be running Fire Knight with Dungeon Divers. And the goal is to, if you can do lower stages and farm food at the same time, cool. But if you can't, if you want to just farm stage 20, that might be the best for you. It's going to be the cheapest in terms of energy. And you can just sell off all of that artifact sets that you get if it's not really great. And then use that and save it until the artifact enhancement event, which is going to be coming up in 16 hours and 36 minutes. By the time you see this video, maybe it'll be a little bit shorter than that. But yes, you're also going to be doing Lunar Festival Titan event, which is pretty much over in 17 hours. There's no other way that you're getting the points other than the Lunar Deck of Fate, which is also over. I, for one, flipped 3 cards and, of course, got 20 fragments for Fatalis. Huge punch in the face. Thank you so much, Plarium. Appreciate that. And yeah, so that's kind of the tournaments and the events going on right now. What is the other tournament going on? Classic Arena. That's super, super easy. Anybody should be able to do this in the first day. I mean, if you're just pushing all of your Classic Arena tokens and you're completing your daily quests, you'll get more tokens for Classic Arena. You can literally complete it in a day, day and a half. That's it. So it should be fairly easy for most players to do that. Usually if you're early game, the amount that you need might be a little bit lower for you, which is nice. Same thing with, like, sometimes Dungeon Divers, it might be a little bit easier for a lower level player that's just starting out in the game, or a mid game player potentially. But for, you know, people that are level 100 or over a certain threshold, like level 80 or 85, yes, your Dungeon Divers is going to be a lot higher up at 3,700, which is a lot, but you can do it if you're double dipping in with Dungeon Divers and Fire Knight, or Dungeon Divers with Spider, so on and so forth. So that should be fairly easy. Summon Rush, of course, 3150, which is 6 Sacreds and then some Mystery Shards. Or you could go with Ancients. I don't recommend it. Voids, you could do Voids as well. Although I don't recommend it, I would save your Voids. Primals you can do as well, which is 200 points each. I also don't recommend the Primals for this because, again, you're going to get the most out of Sacreds. So you're going to want to pull your Sacreds mainly, 500 points a pop if you have them. But if you had to, yes, you could do Voids and Primals. I just wouldn't go there first. So in terms of how many shards I have on my free-to-play account here, we've got 11 Sacreds, we've got 9 Primals, 19 Voids, and 60 Ancients. Now, if I wanted to, I could pull 8 Primals. 8 Primals would be 1,600. 9 Primals would be 1,800 points, because they're 200 a pop, right? So I could do that if I wanted to. And we have Nergigante Archer here, which is pretty cool. She's a very, very, very strong champion. I do want her really badly for Hydra. But the thing is, the chances of me even getting her is so slim. And then the person I would choose here is probably Claude. I think this guy's Claude, right? Yeah, Claude Beastfeeder. So that's who I would personally put if you're going to do Primals. And then for Voids, who would I want here? Who's this chick? Restores destroyed max HP of this champion or the ally with lowest destroyed max HP. Attacks one enemy before attacking, increase accuracy on all allies. 75% chance of placing asleep. Decent. Block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. 4-turn cooldown. Heals all allies by 30% of their max HP. This is a very, very, very strong champion for Sand Devil's Necropolis. So if you're struggling Sand Devil, I would go with Ayla Lifebeard. If you're, what is this guy? Damage dealer? attack base. Places a shield buff on this champion equal 10% of the damage dealt for 2 turns. Heals this champion by 10% of the damage dealt if their HP is less than 50%. Attacks all enemies 2 times, which is not bad. Epic champion, that's a void. It's on a 4-turn cooldown if you book them out. First hit, 75% chance of placing a block active skills. Second hit, 75% chance of placing a true fear for 1 turn if enemies are not under block active skills. Not a bad skill. Places an increased crit damage on this champion for 3 turns. Increase accuracy buff on this champion for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown and grants an extra turn. Also not bad. So that's a great kit for a Void champion, especially if they're a damage dealer, because you want the increased accuracy on them so you can reduce the amount of accuracy you need to put on your damage dealer so you can put more attack, more crit damage, more damage dealing stats on this champion. Because whenever you see a damage dealer with a lot of debuffs, a lot of times they don't hit as hard because they have to have accuracy to allow their kit to get better or to scale up with their damage, because usually they're placing debuffs or doing other things to help with damage. Ignores 10% of defense when attacking support, defense, and HP champions. It doesn't work against bosses. So yeah, this is a pure damage dealer. If you're struggling with damage, obviously you could go for this guy. But if you've been playing for a while, he also has accuracy in all battles. Wow. Okay, this guy is really good. So if you've been playing for a while, you already have a damage dealer. You're probably using someone crazy anyways. But if you're just starting out in the game and you pulled this guy, he's very strong epic champion. I'll probably build him at some point. I think I have him on my account, but I'm not 100% sure. And in terms of the voids, Togrin the Conjoined looks really weird and creepy. Interesting with the 2 faces on his body is so weird. I think he like feeds it or something. I think he feeds this dude on his body. Yeah, he does. He does. Let's see. Oh, he bites his finger. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So attacks one enemy, 20% chance of applying a buff spread effect. Taking a random buff from each ally. Placing it on all allies, pretty cool. Heals all allies by 20% of his max HP. It's on a 3-turn cooldown if you book it. Places a 30% increased speed on all allies. Huge. Also places a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on all allies whose current HP is below 50% after the initial heal. That's very strong. Super big for Hydra, especially when you need to bring in increased speed. So what you want to see on Hydra is increased speed on your team, decreased speed on the Hydra team. Let's see what else he does. Increase the turn meters of all allies. That's another thing you're going to want. Places increased accuracy on them, then removes all debuffs. That's insane. Yeah, so you want he's got increased speed, he's got increased accuracy, he increases turn meter, he increases or removes all the debuffs from the allies on a 3-turn cooldown. That is massive. Increases this champion's max HP by 10% every time they use an active skill, stacks up to 50%, resets each round. Also increases each ally's max HP by 5% every time they use an active skill. That is massive. Resets each round. So this guy is a huge support champion for Hydra. I would love getting him, but I'm probably not going to pull my voids today. But yeah, this is a massive champion for anybody's account, especially with the increased ally speed in all battles. I would definitely put him in the lead. He would be a nightmare champion for your Hydra team. He'd be in your nightmare team 100%. So this is what I would personally do for the voids. For the ancients, I would definitely go here. Obviously, for me personally, I would love getting a duplicate Samson because I love Samson the Massive. Just that's a personal opinion. Not everybody likes him. Nergigante is definitely the number 1 though. And then again, Claude is who I would put as well as here as well. So Nergigante, Claude, that's what I would go with. Let's go ahead and start popping these shards. Let's do it. Hopefully I get a legendary, but I actually got a legendary. My last legendary was a Rosin Scarhide. Stinks, but it is what it is, especially when you're free to play and you get that dupe. But I guess Faction Guardians, you know. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to pull 6 and hope for a legendary. If not, it is what it is. Maybe we can get a new epic. So Spider, I already have Spider on the account. He's got a good decreased defense and a weakened debuff on a 5-turn. Really good for early game. I think they should change this to a 4-turn, but that's just me. Let's keep going. Another epic. And Mistress of the Hymns. Revives 2 random allies. 5-turn cooldown. Attacks one enemy. Continuous heal on allies. Not super strong. Defense in all battles is okay. Not the best though. Another epic. We've got Trumbor. I think I have this guy. I'm not sure. Ally protection. Attacks all enemies. Removes a random debuff from all allies. Weaken and leech. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think I have him, but I'll double check afterwards. Another epic. There's Claude, alright, the 25x. 2 more. And I'm not expecting a legendary, but if we get one, awesome. Another epic, Lodric. Good for Scarab Boss with the shields every 2 turns, which is really strong. And last one, here we go. Legendary. We did get a legendary. Oh! Hefrak. I mean, I was really hoping for... I was really hoping for Nergigante, but we'll take a Hefrak. That's brand new on the account. Dang. Okay. Okay. We got ourselves a Hefrak from the Demon Spawns. Demon Spawns just leveled up. Oh my god. We got more toys for Live Arena. Let's go. Wow. Yeah, Hefrak is a beast. Dang, I was not expecting that. I really wanted Nergigante, I'll be completely honest, but I'll take a Hefrak. We'll take it. Brand new on the account. Give me that Hefrak. Let's go. Well, we're back down to 0. 4 shards. And I'm sure that they're going to have a 1+1 event next week. They always do that. So they'll probably do it for Sacreds or maybe Ancients next week. More than likely they'll do it for Sacreds, I feel like. So I'm going to save the rest of my shards here. I still have 5 Sacreds ready to go. Wow, that's really lucky. That is very lucky. I mean, hopefully you guys do well in your shard pulls as well. Man, that's awesome. I'll take it though. First Hefrak on this account for free to play. Oh man, I really want a Harima or a Rhodos though. I've been praying for those champions. Although Hefrak is extremely strong too. Insane passive. Like right here. Whenever an ally is killed by an enemy, instantly activates his Scorn ability. Will not put the skill on cooldown. So he's really good against Yumekos or Warlords. And you put him in a stone skin with Savage if you have it. And you just go off. You go off. You don't make him super fast because you don't want him taking a turn before the enemy team takes a turn. You want the enemy team to actually be able to kill one of your allies. So for example, if you pair Hefrak with a Sun Wukong or another champion that revives himself or just dies easily, of course a support champion that can revive, then yeah, he's going to use his big ability, potentially wipe out the whole team. I've been taken out by this guy multiple times because he has this grants an extra turn, increased attack, increased crit rate on himself, which means you could build him with 70% crit rate. Goes into this ability, ignores 15% of each target's defense as well, places an extra hit if they're under 50% after the first hit. Now I will say, against UDK, this does not work. So for some reason, the first hit goes into all enemies, and the second hit goes into UDK. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intentional, but I've seen it happen multiple times, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to do that. It only places an extra hit on targets with less than 50%. So I'm thinking it's because if not all targets are under 50% HP, which UDK usually isn't because he's negative affinity to UDK, maybe that's why. And because UDK is soaking up the single target into the other allies, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But either way, super huge pull for me. Hopefully you guys get lucky on your pulls as well. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you on a video soon. Take care.